cast on, I decide to knit front pieces and back piece at the same time. So I cast on 27 for front piece and place the marker, 58 cast on, that's for back, then place another marker, then made another 27 for the other side of the front piece. So this is how it looks. 27 marker, 58 marker, and 27. If you don't like this idea, you can actually make front piece and a back piece separately. And now you have to start rib knit, but make sure you're starting to knit wrong side or the right side. I'm actually starting wrong side, so start with purl. I'm starting with the left front wrong side, so I will do purl 1 to start, then repeat of purl 2 and knit 2 until last 2 stitch, then last 2 stitch will be purl 2. And from next row, just knit over knit stitch and purl over purl stitch. To finish rib with wrong side and last row of the rib, which is wrong side, you have to adjust some numbers. As you can see, I add color marker, green one and orange one. Green means right side front and orange means left side front. And according to the pattern, for size small, both front increase 1 stitch each, then back side decrease 1 stitch. So what I did was move 1 stitch from back piece to right side piece, then after the you knit back piece, I increase 1 stitch. So here it comes. This is last stitch of the front piece. Remove the marker now, then make purl from the back piece. I'm transfer 1 stitch onto right front piece, then keep knitting for back piece from now. Now back piece you only have 57. Okay, so you just keep knitting. Then now left side, you can see the orange marker. I would like to increase 1 stitch on the knitting side. There you go. I'm actually using the make one right technique. You can use the knit front and back as well, either the one of them. Okay, so now you have 28 stitch for the other front piece as well. You done rib with wrong side. Next row should be knitting side and right side. Now you look at the chart. This is for back, and there's the size indication, so you have to kind of make sure about it. And those are front piece. And I'm just making sure which is which side. You know, you're folding the rib just like a jacket, and of course right side is out front, and that side is left front piece, and the other side is right side front piece. So it's a little bit confusing. So what I did later on, it was I add the color marker, the green for right side and orange for the left side, something like that. Now, how you read the pattern? If you're knitting right side, reading from right to left, and if you knitting purl side, which is wrong side, the pattern should be coming from left to right. You have to remember that, same as front piece, okay? And you don't have to worry about anything until the decreasing row starts. Okay, now you start knitting the chart. The first row should be same color and knitting side. Okay, then next purl, so reading pattern from left to right, something like that. Okay, and there you go. Right, you have to change the needle and 8 millimeters for both, so obviously. Then again, using same color, brown, and knit all the way down. You don't have to count or anything. Super easy. Here comes wrong side, which means purl. In other words, you have to read pattern from left to right. This color marker, orange and green, this was very important for me because it was so easy to find out which front piece I was knitting. So I definitely recommend you to do same thing if you're knitting back piece and front piece at the same time. So now I'm knitting left side front. After this, very straightforward until you start decreasing row. So keep knitting until row number 50 or 51. I will meet you around there. Before you start decreasing row, you have to bind off 2 stitches. So you have to read my written pattern. Okay, row 51, right side, left front piece, you have to bind 2 off at the very beginning. And for the right front, you have to bind 2 off on row number 52. Same as back piece, 2 bind off at the very beginning on row 51 and 2 bind off at the very beginning on the row 52. Then start decreasing row. And I want to tell you one more thing before you start decreasing row. I've been knitting front pieces and back pieces at the same time, but from now on, in between trees, there's lots of spaces. So you can still knit at the same time, but use different ball of yarn for each pieces, left and front and back. Okay, that'll be much easier. So you're knitting same time, but kind of separately. So you don't have to pull too much yarn here and there. And if you don't like that idea, knitting all together at the same time, from now on, you can actually knit separately. The left front piece, knit until the end, and back piece next, and the other front piece, something like that. It's really up to you. I'm too lazy, so I try to knit at the same time. Okay, again, if you decide you're gonna knit 3 pieces at the same time, make sure about the front pieces, which is which. That's very important. So use the different color of marker or different color of yarn to make sure it's easy to find out. Okay? This is how it looks from inside of the sweater, which is wrong side. Again, I'm using different ball of yarn for each pieces, so there's lots of the yarn tail, but try to organize. Let's talk about decreasing row. Decreasing has to be on the right side, which is knit side. For the left front piece, you decrease at the beginning. Knit 1 to start, then knit 2 together, then knit rest of them. And right front piece, just knit until last 3 stitch, then SSK, which is slip slip knit, and knit 1. Back piece, same thing. Beginning, knit 1 to start and knit 2 together, and knit until last stitch, then SSK and knit 1. And wrong side, which is straight purl, except the row number 54. Front piece, you have to stop row number 72, and let's talk about the neck part. This is right front, row number 51, so decrease at the end. Knit all the way down until last 3 stitch, then SSK, then knit 1 at the end. Let's talk about the left front piece. Row number 73. Knit 1 to start and knit 2 together, and knit all the way down till last 4 stitch. Then these last 4 stitch you bind off. Then turn the work, make purl until the end. Then row number 75, knit 1, knit 2 together all the way down until last 3 stitch, then SSK and knit 1 until the end. Now changing the color, row number 73. Okay, again, knit 1 with red, then knit 2 together. This is left front piece, so knit 2 together, then knit all the way down until last 4 stitch. Then last 4 stitches you have to bind off. There you go. Bind off. 1, 2, 3, then 4. Then you actually have to cut the yarn. Then use new yarn, same color. Just purl straight the end. Then next should be knit 1 to start and knit 2 together and knit all the way down until last 3 stitch. I'm talking about the right side, and SSK and knit 1. I just finished the purl, which is row 74, and now row 75. Knit 1, knit 2 together, then knit all the way down, well, until last 3 stitch. After this, you have to follow the pattern, and the other side you do exactly same thing. Then cast off. This is right front piece. Okay, you have to actually bind off 4 stitches first, then knit all the way down, then SSK and knit 1. That's the difference between left front and right front. It's a little bit tricky. That's because you just changed the color of yarn, but just take your time. Full bind off first and knit down till last 3 stitch, then SSK, then knit 1, and rest of them are pretty much same. Just to make sure which side is the SSK and which side is knit together. For the right front, the collar side, neck side is knit together, and the arm side is SSK. Okay? And I will tell you how to knit for sleeve and collar in next video. Bye for now.